Yeah. But sometimes we don't say that in here much.
No.
We don't. You can come down and
right
say that and
So just stare at this camera.
Oh, look at that camera.
Yeah.
We got one.
Come on, Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Please say your first and last name.
Oh, you recording?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nathaniel and Maddie Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell us a little about yourselves.
Jackson's long. She is 90.
I was
80,
born in
100.
a little town, Northport, Alabama, and came to Omaha when I was about 7 years old.
80
And I went to Lake School. I went to Lothar School. And I went to high school at Central High School.
Got some 80, 90.
I went to Corunna College. I was there for about a year. And then I got a little discouraged, I guess, and then I left.
Gardner. I don't know what Gardner.
Corunna. I went to Corunna, Iowa. It was a junior college. It was a college that's attached to Iowa Western. And at that time, when I was going to school there, it wasn't but two blacks that was going to school, and that was myself and my friend. His name was Nate too, Nathaniel Goodwin. And we played basketball there. And it was, it didn't have dorms or nothing there. We had to stay with a lady there. I never will forget her name. Her name was Hortense Montgomery, and we stayed at her place. And then there was a friend of ours that we knew. He came down to pick us up one time and took us to Chicago to see the Chicago Zippers. That was a basketball team then. And while we was there, Nate, my friend, he got sick. And he came back and he quit school. So that left me there alone. And back that time, I didn't know nothing about what was going on in the South. And I left staying with Mrs. Montgomery, and I moved into the hotel there. But I would always keep my bus fare in case I had to leave town in a hurry, because at that time I didn't know what was going on down in the South. Even though I went to school at Omaha Central, we never did hear anything, or I don't know, like some of the kids are doing now. They don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. And while I was over there at that school there, and just like the parents would tell their kids, say, don't do this and don't do that. And Mrs. Montgomery said, if you ever get in trouble, don't go toward Maryville, Missouri. And that was one of the first places that we went after she told us that. We didn't know why. And when we got there, we was walking the streets there and people was looking at us strange. We didn't know why, I guess, till later on. And after Nate had left school, like I said, I went to the college, up to the hotel there. And then I was up on, I lived up on the third floor. And a couple of white guys came out. It was a baby bed in the hallway there. And they thought we was messing with a couple of the white girls there was going to school there. And they came up, and that's when I had to leave school. and in a hurry. That's the reason I kept my bus fare. But anyway, after I came back to Omaha, I went to Armour's Packing House, and I got a job there. And I was working.
Is that where you met your wife?
No, I was working at Armour's Packing House there, and I had a job there, and I would go to work around 11 o'clock, and I got off about 9 o'clock. And I didn't have a car at that time, so I would catch the bus. And I would meet friends and things after I got off the bus. And then, like, I met Nate, which the guy that I went to school with, and we were riding around one day. And that's when I met my wife, Maddie. And her and her sister was walking on about 24th, about a block or two from Ames Street. And that's where I met her at. And when I seen her, I kind of flipped a little bit and liked her and stuff like that. And I seen her for a while, and then...
Was I married to you?
No, we wasn't married then. and at that time there,
long time.
we kind of got along together there and stuff like that.
He's a good man.
But we got together and we got married. And so this time, yes, and we've been married for 56 years. It was 56 years just past December. And
long time.
Which is a long time. And it was been a good marriage. I retired from Armour's, and I was there for 32 years. And usually when you retire, that's supposed to be your golden years. And they still are. We just go through certain things. She's got dementia. And it's been pretty tough on me, real tough. There's some certain things that I had to do to correct the house and watch her all the time. But during the marriage, Maddie was real busy. She was busy all the time, and she's got dementia now, and she's still busy. And I had to put up cameras and things and watch her and make sure she don't hurt herself. And it's been real tough. But I love her, and I'm gonna be here for her as long as I got breath in my body. And I would tell anybody that has a person that's got dementia or Alzheimer's, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be awful hard. Because this is hard for me. I have to back up sometime and get her money started. But it's been a good marriage, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
So I know you mentioned that your wife has dementia. Can you tell me what life was like before her dementia?
Oh, it was a fun life, real fun. She liked to play softball. I tried to teach her how to bowl and stuff. She didn't like that too much, but she played a lot of softball with her sisters, with her sister Gertie. I played basketball. I would play basketball after work. After I got on another shift, we had basketball teams and stuff, and we played every Sunday. And we would take and Each Sunday, it was about 10 of us was on the team. And each Sunday we would take and go to different of the players' houses. And they would have the meal for that day. It was a fun life. It was a real fun life to, be around people, and we always have been around people. We have get-togethers, and this was like the meeting place where everybody would come, like holidays, because Maddie liked to cook. And she still want to cook and do things. But now her dementia there's kind of took over, but she still is busy. She can't remember too much, but she still try to clean and want to cook and do things. She's been a good wife, a real good wife. But we had a lot of fun. We went to Las Vegas. We went to football games. Kansas City Chiefs, the Minnesota Vikings, bus rides and things like that was like a club like. And we'd all get on the bus every year and go to either Minnesota or Kansas City. And it's been a good life. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Is there any last words you want to share with anyone, like you did earlier, to encourage anyone in any relationship dealing with dementia with any family member? One of the things you have to do is you have to be patient. Now, a person that's not patient, if a person do something wrong and you just jump on them all the time, you just have to be patient. It took me a while. I'm not saying that I know what to do when a person is like Maddie, but the only thing you can do is do the best you can. You're gonna have people criticizing you. How come you didn't do this and how come you didn't do that? They really can't tell. And different people with dementia, all of them are not the same. Some of them are happy, like Maddie is happy until you go to talking about something that's in the past or something like that. She can kind of remember some of the things. But even with her own kids, she'd be talking to them. She'll talk to them, and she'll break down when she find out who they are. Because she'll say she haven't seen them in a long time, but that's don't be true. They can be just left her, and she'll say the same thing. I haven't seen you in a long time. You just have to be patient, I guess. And I had to go through this to whatever she say, you have to accept it. You try to, and like I was trying to say, with Maddie, I try to ignore her when she's saying something because she'll get to talking and rambling off, and I try to ignore her. But when I brought that part up about walking down the aisle going to work and speaking to everyone, when she asked me a question, I got to say something to her. I keep her saying I won't answer, and sometime it'll work. That she'll go in and think of something else to do. But it's hard for me when she's asking me a question and don't say nothing. That's why I brought up like walking down the aisle and I knew someone wouldn't speak, and I speak to him anyway. But it's tough. I'll take and I'll get knocked down. Like she'll come up with something that she's doing. She'll come up with something, and I think I got it fixed. I said, well, I got that part fixed. But then she'll do something else, and I'm thinking I'm 2 steps ahead of her, and I find out I'm 2 steps behind her. And that's what you have to do. You have to just be patient. If you're patient, I think you can figure it out, or figure out something to where it'll kind of balance out. But it's a tough job. A real tough job. I think about her, she'd be so busy. And she would climb the fence. I had to lock the fence, put up some posts around the fence where she couldn't climb the fence. She would, at one time there, she went out on the deck, which I have to put locks everywhere. I got locks everywhere, but she can't get on the deck. And this is before she had dementia. She climbed off the deck. I still don't know how she got off that deck. And I wouldn't even try to get off that deck. But she climbed off that deck. And she kind of reminded me when I was talking about her climbing that fence. We had a little dog named Max. And Max would climb that fence and get out to the yard. And the yard is fenced off back there, but he would climb that fence. I stood there one day and watched him, and Maddie would climb that fence. But you have to be patient with a person that got dementia all the time. They don't know what they're doing. They think it's all right. But this here's a good old girl. She just don't know what she's doing. But it's been a happy 56 years, though.
He don't want me.
Just now, she always saying that. But she's okay, though. I'm gonna be right here to the end. When you hear those vows, and you get up in front of that preacher or whoever marries you, and they say, death do us part, that's what it is with me and her. Until death do us part.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is Nate and Maddie Jackson, and that is our story.